In this problem, we're given that the secant of angle alpha is -5/2 and the angle is not in quadrant 2. And all it wants us to do here is to find the sine of the angle alpha. So remember, in these problems, we have 4 steps. Number 1, figure out what quadrant to draw our triangle in. Number 2, draw the reference triangle. 3, label the sides, watching your pluses and minuses. And then 4, answer the question. So let's start by figuring out what quadrant we're supposed to be in. And here we're really going to need that mnemonic, all students take calculus. Remember, this is telling us what is positive in each of those quadrants. So we know that cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and 4. Why would I be talking about cosine? Well, they gave us secant, and I really don't like working with secant, cosecant, or cotangent to begin a problem. So let's start by remembering that secant is the upside down of cosine. So the cosine of alpha is going to be -2/5. That is going to help us out a lot because we know cosine is negative, which means we need to be in quadrant 1 or quadrant 2 or 3 because cosine is negative. But it says right here it's not in quadrant 2. That double I means 2 in Roman numerals. We're not in quadrant 2. So alpha must be an angle that is in quadrant 3. Now, we're going to draw a reference triangle by connecting the terminal side straight to the x-axis, and our reference angle is going to be right here next to the origin. What do I know about cosine? SOHCAHTOA. Ca, the adjacent over the hypotenuse is 2/5. So the adjacent side is going to be a 2. The hypotenuse is going to be a 5. And we can use our favorite theorem, Pythagorean theorem, to find the missing side. So 2 squared plus the opposite squared is equal to 5 squared. So opposite squared is equal to 25 minus 4, or 21. So the opposite side must be the square root of 21. Now remember, when we're doing things in not quadrant 1, we need to watch our pluses and minuses. So are any of these legs going to be negative? Well, the 2 is on the negative x-axis, so it'll be negative. And the 21 is going down, so that is a negative y value. So we need negatives on both of them. Finally, we're just going to answer the question. What is the sine of alpha? Think SOHCAHTOA. So opposite over hypotenuse, negative square root of 21/5. Final answer.